So I kind of disappeared for the past couple days, and for very good reasons. Haven't been able to film a video documenting my sugar diet experience as a keto coach. Yeah, you heard that right. I'm a keto coach, actually ditching that to do this sugar diet. Anyway, I've been very busy doing this sugar diet, sugar fasting, but I've also had a lot of things going on with my kids. It's getting toward the end of the school year, so they got all their ceremonial stuff. However, what I did do, I had a great idea, is yesterday I uploaded my 7-day experiment with the sugar diet. And I took all 7 of those videos and I compiled them into one long video. So it is pretty long, but if you haven't watched it, I would encourage you to go watch it because I documented everything. I documented how much I weighed every single day, what I was eating, the mistakes I made, the ups and downs, my gym workouts, how was my energy levels with those gym workouts. And I do a little bit of commentary, just giving you some good info and advice on how to actually do the sugar diet with sugar fasting. There's a difference between the two. I kind of explained it in a video a couple days ago, but go back and watch that. Go back and watch that video where I compile all 7 days, and you'll be pretty surprised as to how much weight I lost as a keto guy, as a carnivore guy. And if you're not aware, that's exactly what I do. And that's the other reason why I haven't been able to upload any videos, is I've actually had people take me up on that and schedule a call with me to see if they would be a good fit for my Keto Shed 40 coaching program. That's exactly what I do. I coach men from all over the world to lose at least 40 pounds in 16 weeks in my Keto Shed 40 coaching program. And if you want more info on that and you think I could help you, I'll go ahead and put a link in the description of this video. Just click it, it'll take you to another video and it'll kind of explain more in detail as to how I could potentially help you. Now, I decided to do this sugar diet because I wanted to see if I could essentially break my plateau. I was kind of hovering at that 192, and you'll have to go back and watch yesterday's video to see how much weight I lost. I was pretty shocked with the results, guys. I'm not gonna lie, it was a pretty shocking experiment, just eating sugar. Now, my story is I did keto all the way back in 2018. You may have heard this story. Forgive me if I've shared this and you already know this, but I did keto back in 2018. I was really, really overweight. So I went ahead and did keto in 2018, lost 70 pounds in 7 months, kept it off for a good couple years. And then 2020 happened. I got off the keto wagon. My diet went to trash. And I gained a lot of that weight back and could not get it off in 4 years. Until this year in 2025, I decided, hey, I'm gonna get back in shape. So I decided, hey, I've never done the carnivore diet, let me try that. And lost 40 pounds in 10 weeks doing carnivore. Insane. However, I did plateau around that 190, 192. And I thought, well, I keep seeing this sugar diet show up, so let me just try that. And I'll kind of give you a little spoiler. I did bust through the plateau, but you'll have to go back and watch that long video I did yesterday as to how much I lost, and pretty impressive results. Anyway, I'm going to continue the sugar diet because for some reason I've hit a little bit of a plateau. I'm actually in stall city, as they say, and I think I've only had protein once this week. Haven't had any starch, except one time I had the Frosted Flakes cereal. That's it, just one time. So my goal is I want to lose at least another 5 pounds, and then I'm probably going to not do a full sugar diet anymore. However, I'm going to integrate it with my current keto carnivore diet that I typically do. I think you can marry these two together. What I'm personally gonna do is I usually do keto Monday through Friday. That's typically what I do. And then on Friday, I'll cut my last meal off at like 2, 3 p.m. And then I'll do a full 48-hour fast and won't cut it off until Sunday is when I'll actually break the fast. And I've been doing this every single week, but I noticed that those 48-hour fasts really aren't getting me anywhere. I mean, they are, but they aren't. Let me explain. So I'll do keto, carnivore, Monday through Friday, cut my meal off, and I'll fast for 48 hours, and then by like clockwork, I'll drop like 3 pounds in that 48 hours. However, by the time Monday comes, the scale starts to creep up again. And I take full responsibility. Sometimes I'll cheat here and there. I'll have some chocolate, maybe I'll have a little bit of chips and stuff. My weight starts to creep up. And then on Friday, I do a full 48-hour water fast. But the problem is I keep doing this cycle week after week after week. So I think the one thing I'm gonna change, I think will make all the difference, instead of doing a full 48-hour water fast, I'll just do a 48-hour sugar fast. So this, I think, will help me to not cheat on my Monday through Friday keto meals like I was doing before. Because now I'll have something to look forward to on the weekends. I'll actually get to do a sugar fast. So I think this would be an awesome approach if this is something you want to try. I've been looking at the comments. Some people are saying that this isn't working for them, that they're actually gaining weight, which I'm not sure why you would be gaining weight if you're really following this to the T. And then some people are stalling as well. So you got to remember something. It all depends on where you're starting. I was shocked that I lost the weight that I did in my 7-day experiment. However, I think because I'm getting too lean, the leaner you are, the harder it is for you to lose weight. That's just a fact. And I mean, if you look, I'm very, very lean. You can see the striations in my shoulders. That's how you know you're lean. When you start seeing these muscle striations, chest, you're getting very, very lean. So just remember, if you're kind of like me and you're like already lean, the leaner you are, the longer it's going to take for you to lose weight. They always say that last 10 pounds is the hardest weight to lose. So just keep that in mind. Now, if you're really overweight and you're stalling or you're actually gaining, you're just going to have to look and see what you're doing. Maybe you're eating starch and you're not supposed, and maybe you got to take the starch out. Maybe you're eating too much protein, going to have to take the protein out. So there's a couple things that you can do to really get the scale moving. And really that's the difference between the sugar diet and sugar fasting. Sugar diet is simply you're eating sugar, in the morning and the afternoon, and then you're eating like a protein starch at night. A sugar fast is just strict sugar. It's juice, it's smoothies, which I love my smoothies. Actually starting to rain a little bit. Actually wasn't supposed to be any rain in the forecast, but it's actually gonna be raining. So I'm probably gonna have to get home and make my first smoothie. But anyway, you're gonna have sugar, table sugar with your smoothies, maple syrup, honey, fruit, jam, anything that's straight sugar with zero fat. It's got to be sugar in the absence of fat. That's very, very key. Maybe you've got too much fat in your diet and that's what's holding you back. Got to watch that. I'm going to keep going to see if I can get this extra 5 pounds off. I've stalled, and look, I don't quit. It may take me a while to get there, but I am not going to quit on this. I'm going to make sure I hit this 5 pounds that I have left to lose. It's going to be hard because I'm already lean, so just keep that in mind. So that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and head home. It's starting to rain, so I got to get home and make my first meal of the day, which is going to be an awesome berry smoothie. Stay tuned. Man, I really do look forward to this. This is so, so good. Now, I've been noticing a lot of comments. It seems like people have this fascination of like, well, what's the weight you're losing? Are you losing water weight, fat, muscle? And in my mind, I'm like, who cares? Just lose the weight and get lean. Don't worry about that right now. You can only chase 2 goals at a time. It's either muscle building or weight loss. You're gonna have to choose one of the two, all right? And here's the thing. If you're afraid of losing muscle, don't worry about getting enough protein. There has been studies that have shown that you don't need as much protein as we once thought. You've always heard that whole get 1 gram per pound of lean body mass. It's actually much, much lower than that. In fact, what's more important to hold on to muscle is resistance training. It's actually putting some type of stimulus on the muscle is far superior than getting protein. So don't even worry about that. You can only chase 2 goals at a time. If you want to lose weight, focus on that. If you want to build muscle, focus on that. You just can't do both, all right? Now, the best case scenario is that you can preserve muscle while you're doing the sugar diet, sugar fast. Sugar diet, you can backload your meals with protein. If you're so scared about losing protein, just eat protein at the end of the day. Start off your day with sugar, with juices and smoothies and honey and maple syrup, and then eat protein at night. However, if you're not losing weight and you're getting all bent out of shape, but you're not losing weight, you're gonna have to pull back on the protein. It's that simple. So don't worry about whether you're, keeping muscle, losing muscle. It's not going to be that detrimental. It takes a lot longer to lose muscle. If you're doing this for a few weeks, you're not gonna lose muscle. I've done 5-day water fasts and I did not lose muscle. And it's because I elevated growth hormone. Growth hormone is gonna preserve that muscle. And also, did you know that drinking a bunch of sugar and carbs is muscle sparing? So you're gonna keep muscle on. So don't worry about it, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna finish this shake and we're gonna go about our day. Well, since I'm really short on time today, I gotta go to my son's ceremony. I think what I'm gonna do, I'm actually at the 7-Eleven gas station. I don't know if you're aware of this, but if you have a 7-Eleven rewards account, every time you fill up your gas, you get a free Slurpee or a free Big Gulp. So I decided, you know what? I haven't had a Slurpee since I was a kid. So let's go in there and let's see what type of Slurpee I'm actually gonna have, because it is part of the sugar diet. There's no fat and all sugar. So let's hop inside. Kind of excited about this one. Don't do Slurpees very often. So let's go inside and check it out. I think we're gonna get a Mountain Dew Slurpee. We went with the Mountain Dew Slurpee. I haven't had one of these since I was a kid, so this is gonna be lunch. And I just wanna address a couple comments. I just wanna let you know, the video that I uploaded yesterday of my 7-day journey on the sugar diet / sugar fast. There is a difference between the two. I'm sure you know the difference. If you haven't, just go back and watch that video. But basically it's a huge video that consists of 7 days of my sugar diet experience. If you want to go back and watch them individually, you can do that on my channel. I just decided to put it all together as one big documentary, if you could say. So if it's too long for you, hey, you can go back and watch them individually, day 1, day 2, all the way to day 7, all right? Another comment I just want to address, I see this one over and over and over again, is that people are saying, well, Cole Robinson said this, Cole Robinson said that. Cole Robinson said you don't have to work out and you can just sit on the couch and drink sugar all day and lose weight. And guess what? You can do that doing keto. You can do that doing carnivore. All these diets can help you lose weight without exercise. However, I choose to do the exercise. So when I say, make sure to get some exercise in, I'm doing that for me. If you really want to optimize your body, you drink the sugar, the smoothies, the OJ, all that stuff, and then use that to go to the gym or work out or go for a walk. It's gonna give you the energy. Why take all this sugar in and get all this energy and just sit on the couch and do nothing? So I'm doing this for me, okay? You may wanna sit on the couch and pound a bunch of sugar and do nothing and lose weight. Hey, that's your business, all right? That is the way you wanna do your diet. But I'm doing this my way. I like to make certain tweaks. I've been a gym guy since I was 25 years old. I'm 49, so I'm not gonna sit on the couch and pound a bunch of sugar and not work out. So this is my diet that I'm doing. I'm just taking what Cole Robinson did with the sugar diet and I'm making it my own. You're more than welcome to do the same thing. It's okay to make some tweaks. And the other thing I wanna address is I'm not gonna be doing this forever. I will always be a keto carnivore guy. I will always do that type of diet. I'm just using this as a tool, as a test to see if I can get the weight off, which I have. Go back and watch that documentary that I just did of my 7-day sugar diet experiment. And eventually I'm gonna use it as a tool and integrate it with my keto type lifestyle. And I know that you can do both. I've already explained this. Instead of doing a 48-hour water fast that I do every weekend, I'm just gonna do a sugar fast. And I think that's gonna be a very great fit for the way I do my diet. So I hope that makes sense. You're more than welcome to do whatever you want, but this is what I'm going to do. Man, my metabolism is just revving up. It is time for another smoothie. So I like to use this, got this at Costco. It's like a strawberry lemonade. Goes perfect with this festival blend. It's got mango, papaya, strawberries, and pineapples. And I gotta throw a little bit of blueberries in there as well. So I'll go ahead and throw that in there. Yeah, I've just been busy. And you know, that's one thing I'm discovering is like, don't force it, you know, don't force the calories down. Like if you're busy and this and that, you actually might lose even more weight because you didn't get enough calories in. Now, I wouldn't suggest to do that every single day, but there's gonna be days where you're just busy and you just can't get it in. But I can tell I am really hungry, and that's a beautiful thing. That just means my metabolism is working. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this last meal, I guess, of the day. I think all I had today was orange juice. I had a smoothie with my orange juice, and then I had a glass of this. Went to 7-Eleven, as you saw, and had a Slurpee, and now I'm having this. So when you add up the calories, it's probably gonna be, I'm probably gonna be too low. Be very interesting to see what I weigh on the scale tomorrow, because I've hit stall city, as they say. I haven't lost weight in like 2-3 days. I'm kind of stuck in that 185 range. I have never been 184, so that's kind of the range I'm trying to get to. So I mean, this is going to be an amazing shake. So we'll put this all in there. And yeah, I still got to get a new blender. This thing is awful. I'm going to have to find something that grinds this stuff up a little better. And you know what? There's one thing I've actually been missing in these shakes. I'm going to have to go get that real quick. Important thing you got to have. Since we're doing the sugar diet, kind of makes sense to have actually some table sugar, right? So let's just go ahead and we'll throw that in there. We'll make this shake up, and we'll get rocking and rolling. I'm going to do 2 teaspoons. Can you believe only like 2 teaspoons is only like 30 calories? Like that's the serving size, I think, on this is 2 teaspoons. Yeah, 2 teaspoons is 30 calories. Like that's it. This is like nothing. So I got that fruit juice in there, which has like 27 grams of sugar in it, on top of 2 teaspoons of sugar. All right. That's the one thing I noticed I've been missing. Now, what's interesting is I haven't had any, I've had protein once this week, which is crazy. And I think I'm going to do without the protein today as well. But so tomorrow, I'm definitely going to have some protein. I'm kind of missing it. I need the lean protein because I do train in the gym for 5 days a week. So I definitely need to do that. It's crazy. This blender is so messed up that the buttons don't work on it anymore. I actually have to unplug it to get it to stop. But the main thing is we are done. All right, so that is what it looks like. And yeah, I can't wait to do this because, man, I can tell my metabolism is revving up. Man, that is a perfect consistency there. All right. All right, guys, so it's working so far. Well, except for the stall. I've been kind of stalling for 3 days. We'll see if this does it. I mean, this will be like 3 or 4 days of actual doing sugar fasting. So hopefully that works, and we can kind of get through this plateau. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and always hit that notification bell so you don't miss any future episodes. And hopefully by tomorrow, I'll have a new update on the scale, and hopefully it actually goes down. All right, talk to you soon.